We are faced within 3 days of having 4 murders. And it is very serious, it's very scary. Today's murder is such a terrible one. All murders are terrible, all killings are terrible. But this one, when you examine what has happened, this is a clear example of what the United States government describes as terrorism. Terrorism is where you unlawfully go in a nation, a community, a city, on the street corner, where many, many people are gathered. And in the case of Robertson Road and Prince Charles Drive, it's one busy New Year's traffic. People are still in that festive mood. People are still moving up and down. And then the light turned red and scores of vehicles come to a stop in accordance with the road traffic laws. And then a car pulls up on the side of a vehicle and exit are 2 heavily armed Negro men covered in mass. Nobody can identify it. And then the terror began when other people driving recognize that they have exit with long, powerful weapons. And they open fire on a vehicle, and the man and the woman is instantly killed. What mayhem that is. So it's a very sad, sad situation. And the most that I'm able to say, well, thank God no one else was injured or no one else was killed. But even though I give God thanks, it's still sad that 2 people, whatever sins they may have committed, they were slaughtered. Slaughtered on the 3rd day of a new year. So whatever you think of them, someone loves them and someone is grieving. And then as the police race to the scene and begin to recognize who the individuals are, the first shock for the police is they don't know the female. They've not seen her before. There is no evidence that she has ever been involved in any crime. And then, as they draw near, they recognize that the young man is a well-known citizen, that he was once believed to be a part of a robbery that took place at an airport in the southwestern part of the island, which is not owned by the Bahamas government, but the Bahamas government sent $1 million there. That makes me suspicious. Why the hell is the government sending money to a non-government airport? I always believe if I had to choose between airports, I go to Lyndon Oscar Pinling International Airport. If I had to choose between hospitals, my choice would be the Princess Margaret Hospital. And then afterwards, you can send me where you want to send me. And so the police did arrest this man, but they had no evidence that he had committed any crime. Many police officers suspected that he did, but there was no evidence. And then, of course, they did find somebody with $50,000, perhaps a security guard, and maybe they may have brought charges against him. But still, the case has come to a standstill. And then, having had the deceased in custody, the police can only hold you for 96 days. They had to let him go. And then the police got a shock of their lives. Somebody unknown tried to kill him. But he wouldn't tell the police who did it. or who he suspected to have done that. And then, of course, today he is murdered, and a female who was with him, she ended up losing her life as well. And from the many videos that were circulating on social media, many people driving vehicles were shocked. They were shocked and devastated over the fact that two people were just murdered within seconds. So what are we going to do about it? If you're playing politics and you are in opposition, you blame the government. If you're the government, you may come up with social arguments as to why we can't hang. But we really need to hang.